good people of the internet. My name is Hexa and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the biggest mistakes that I've made on my YouTube channel since I started and what you can do to avoid them. My main goal with this video is to help new YouTubers who are maybe just starting out to avoid some of the mistakes that I think kind of stumped the growth of my channel and to help you guys hit the ground running. In the last several months, I've been realizing more and more just how important YouTube actually is to me and getting a lot more serious about focusing on growing my channel. And I've learned a lot of new skills and tips and tricks, and in doing that, I've been also reflecting a lot on the videos that I've made in the past and the mistakes that I've made. And even though my channel isn't very big, I know for sure that I have learned a lot in my time on YouTube, and so I just want to share some of that knowledge with you guys. So I posted my very first video on YouTube in January 2015, and at the time that I'm filming this video, I have just over 4,000 subscribers and 440,000 views, including the videos that I've since privated. And now, without any further ado, let's just get into the huge mistakes I made on YouTube and how you can avoid them. My first mistake, and this is probably by far one of the most important, is not thinking about the viewer. When I initially started my YouTube channel, I was just kind of like, hey, it's me, look at me, watch me, I am Hexa, I'm on the internet. I was just like really excited to be on YouTube and to be making videos without actually thinking about the kind of value that I was bringing to my audience and why people should be watching. The purpose of YouTube is primarily education and entertainment, and my videos weren't really doing either one of those things. They weren't teaching anybody anything valuable, and they also weren't particularly fun or entertaining to watch. They were just kind of like really bad quality, rambly, boring videos, and I was having the time of my life. Like, I loved making videos and I was so excited to be doing it. But if your videos aren't interesting and don't matter to people, then you're not gonna grow, because why would they continue watching you, you know? So to avoid making this mistake, the first thing you need to do before filming or posting a YouTube video is to ask yourself, what value is this video bringing to the table? Why should people care about your video? What are they learning from it? Or how are they being entertained by it? If you can't come up with an answer to these questions, then you need to rethink your strategy and come up with a way to make videos that actually matter to the people that you're making them for, because YouTube is all about the audience. With any video, the first question should be, is this educating anyone on anything, or is it entertaining them in any way? If it's not doing either of those things, you probably shouldn't post it. My next mistake was not learning how to edit. When I first started out on YouTube, I was filming all of my YouTube videos in photo booth on my mom's MacBook. And you know, that's fine. You should start with what you have. Of course, the quality wasn't great, but I was at least doing it. However, what I could have done to improve the quality of those relatively shitty videos was to do a little bit of editing. But I think for probably like the first 30 videos that I posted were completely unedited at all. I had this self-defeating idea in my head that I just don't know how to edit, and I'm not good with technology, and editing must be so hard, and there's no way that I can learn how to edit videos, so I didn't even try. And what that meant was that all of my pointless rambling and all of my mistakes and all of the dead space in my videos was still in those first 30 videos that I posted, and it was just so, like, nobody wants to watch that. And the worst part about it was that I was making my videos on a MacBook, so every single MacBook that you buy has iMovie for free right there in the applications. Like, I had all the tools I needed right there all along, and I just wasn't using them. And the way I could have avoided this mistake was to literally just look it up on YouTube. There are probably like a million tutorials on how to edit your YouTube videos for free using iMovie or other free applications. And yes, it can be a little bit hard to get the hang of it at first, but it really wasn't as difficult as I was making it out to be in my head. I still struggle with editing. I don't do super complicated edits on my videos, but the difference now is that if there's something that I want to do or some effect that I want to add and I don't know how to do it, I know to just look it up on YouTube? And the answer will be right there. However, as soon as I did learn to edit, I started making the next mistake on the list, which is using copyrighted music on my videos. The first video that I posted that had any amount of editing in it whatsoever had like 4 different copyrighted songs from 4 different artists that I liked. And I thought that if I just put in the description box who the songs are by, then that would be fine because I'm like giving them credit, and I thought like, yeah, there's no problem. I'm not stealing it or claiming it's my own, so there should be no issue there, right? Wrong. You can't just use any music on your videos. If you use songs on your videos that are copyrighted, chances are that what's gonna happen is your video is going to get demonetized. So you can't make any money in ad revenue off of that video at all, or you have to share the revenue with the copyright owner, or all of the revenue goes to the copyright owner. In rare cases, but this can happen, your video might actually get taken down by the copyright owner, so it could get blocked in just some countries or everywhere in the world. Like, your video will not show up in search or anywhere, and nobody can watch the video at all. YouTube alerts you as soon as there's a copyright strike on your channel. Usually there aren't any negative consequences for your channel long term besides being demonetized, but even so, this is something that you want to avoid doing. So what you can do to fix this problem is, number 1, use the free audio library on YouTube. YouTube has a collection of hundreds or even thousands of songs from royalty-free music creators that you can use on your videos. And you can kind of like search by mood or instrumentation or genre and things like that. Another great website for like aesthetic music is Thematic. I discovered that recently, and they also have a lot of free music that you can use, but you do have to leave like credit to the artist in your description box. And then if you want to get a little fancy and invest some money into your channel, I would highly recommend Epidemic Sound. I pay 13 euros a month for it. I have a referral link down in my description box at the bottom. I love Epidemic Sound. Their library is super easy to search, and they have so far provided me with pretty much every single song that I have ever needed for my YouTube channel. One trick that I only learned recently though is that if you've already made this mistake, like if you've already used copyrighted music in some of your videos and they've been demonetized, YouTube actually allows you to edit out the copyrighted music after you've posted your video. So to do this, you go into your creator studio in YouTube and you go to your videos and filter by copyright claims. And then you find all of the videos on your channel that have any copyright claims or copyright strikes against them. And I think when you click on like the monetization or something, then it takes you to a window where you can ask them to like tell you more or give you more details. And that leads you to a window where it shows you like which portion of the video has the copyrighted song in it, and you can choose to remove the music or remove that part of the video or replace the music with something from the YouTube audio library. So that's just a little tip for you. If you already have videos on your channel that have copyright claims, you can just replace the song, and then you should hopefully be able to monetize as normal. The next huge mistake I made on my YouTube channel was not having a clear niche or a purpose to my channel. So in the beginning, I was kind of just making videos on whatever topic I wanted to, and it was like very scattered and very all over the place. You had no idea who I was, why I was here, what I was doing. I will say that niching down super aggressively to like a very, very particular subject can also be a little unnecessary because it puts you into like a very small, tight box. So you don't have to niche down really, really aggressively and get super specific, but I would say that it's important that all of your videos have some kind of aspect that is connecting them to each other. This develops your personal brand and it shows your viewers what you stand for and what you're all about and what they can expect from you. To avoid making the mistake of not niching down at all, I would recommend that you choose 3 to 5 topics that you're really passionate about, that really interest you and you feel like you could talk about them forever, and try to just stick to those main few topics on your channel. Another thing you want to do is get clear on your branding, so things like the colors that you use on your channel art, the fonts, your filming style, your personality, your aesthetic, how you want viewers to feel when they watch your video. There should be something that lets viewers know that this is your channel. When you're just starting out, you might not be sure yet exactly what you want to make your YouTube channel about, and that's okay. It's okay to go through a period of experimentation and uncertainty. During this time, what I would recommend is to kind of just like keep throwing stuff out there and see what sticks, but pay attention to your analytics, pay attention to what videos you gravitate towards, like what you're enjoying making the most, what your audience is enjoying watching the most, and what kind of videos are doing the best on your channel. And that'll give you a good idea of what you should kind of zero in on and focus on. So once you start seeing those patterns develop and you start figuring out what kind of content is best for your channel, that's when you want to kind of let the other things fall away and just choose a path that you think is gonna work for you. Another big mistake that I made was not paying attention to analytics and not really understanding my analytics at all. So for the longest time, I had no idea how to read my analytics in YouTube Creator Studio. I had no idea what was going on. I just saw all of these confusing graphs and charts and things, and I was just thinking like, oh, what does it all mean? And again, I just had this really self-defeating perspective in my head, like I did with the video editing, that like, oh, this is for smart people. Like, I'm not a very logical or maths-oriented person, and like, I don't understand this. This is too complicated. Like, I'm just gonna keep making videos and not care about the analytics. Big mistake. Analytics are so important. They give you so much valuable information about how your videos are being discovered, how far into the video your viewers are actually watching, which lets you know maybe where your video starts to get boring and what you can do to fix that. It gives you really helpful insight on what you need to improve and what you need to do more of. In contrast with my videos, because I wasn't paying attention to the analytics at all, I would kind of just like wake up one day and my video is blowing up and I have no idea why, and I'm just like, you know, having fun, cruising, but not really making the intellectual effort to understand how I can make that happen more and continue happening. The thing you can do to avoid this is literally just look it up on YouTube. There are so many videos explaining how to read your analytics, and it really isn't that complicated once you get the hang of it. You shouldn't check it obsessively, because I think that can kind of like really mess with your head. But I do think it's a good idea to pay attention to the videos that are doing well and making an effort to understand why. My last tip is something really important that I don't feel like I've really heard a lot of people talk about, but I had a very unique experience with this happening on my channel, and it's one of the biggest things that has influenced my journey on YouTube, and one of the biggest mistakes and kind of regrets that I have in a way. And that mistake is making one-off videos where you know that you just want to make this one video and you're not really interested in ever making another one like it in the future. This is a really bad idea. This goes back to the idea of niching down, and for sure it's a mistake that I made over and over again, I feel like, where I would just make a video knowing that I didn't want to make another one like that again, and it ended up really messing with my brand. So the most viewed video on my channel that has way more views than any of my other videos is my speaking Romanian video, which I think at this point has like 150,000 views or something. When that video blew up, I got so many requests to do more videos in Romanian, but I wanted my channel to be in English, and I ended up with a lot of Romanian speaking subscribers who subscribed because of that video, expecting more Romanian videos, who are now completely inactive on my channel because I never gave them what they wanted. It's really demoralizing, and it was really weird at the time, like watching my channel blow up in that way, and at the time I didn't even understand why. I didn't realize or process until much later that it was happening because of that video. I don't regret making that video, but I do feel like it was kind of the wrong video to blow up for my channel, and it left me with a lot of inactive subscribers, and I don't really know if it affected my channel's ability to continue growing in the future, if like the algorithm took it as a bad sign that I didn't like continue making videos like that. I really don't know, but it's something that I think about a lot. I also had another video that blew up, which was a vlog that I did at a Tim Burton art gallery exhibit, and that got like 45,000 views until the Tim Burton team messaged me on Facebook and asked me to take it down because they didn't want people seeing like the art exhibit, which I understand it was kind of a shitty thing for me to do in hindsight, but that video also did super well. And again, it was just one of those things where like I wasn't gonna make my entire channel about Tim Burton now. So what I would say you can do to avoid making this huge mistake that I made and that really messed with my head when those videos blew up is to, before you post a video, ask yourself honestly, if this video blows up, like if this is the video that blows up my channel and I get like 100,000 views and a bunch of subscribers, would I be okay to continue going in this direction and making videos on this topic and making my whole channel dedicated to this? Like, is this what you want to be known for? And by doing that, you avoid becoming a sort of one-hit wonder, which I feel like kind of happened to me. And you also stop yourself from being backed into a corner where your audience wants one thing and you want to make another thing. I do feel like I made this particular mistake again recently though, because I have this recent video where I did like a haul with some sustainably made underwear that I bought, and it was like a little underwear try-on haul, and I made like a kind of provocative, funny sort of thumbnail, and in my head I was like, oh, this is clickbait, like I'm gonna get so many views on this, and I did. But again, do I want to be showing my ass in every one of my future videos? And the answer is no. So I'm again getting that feeling that that video was maybe a little bit of a mistake, a misjudgment on my part, but I'm learning, and I hope that you are learning from me as I talk about these experiences. So that was it for today's video. Those were my biggest mistakes that I ever made on my YouTube channel so far, and the ways in which you can avoid them. I really hope this video has helped you in some way to grow your channel and to get clear on what you want to be doing and what direction you want to take your channel in, and just to give you some helpful advice on how to have a smoother ride on your YouTube journey than I did. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment down below letting me know what other types of questions you have about growth on YouTube that I can help answer for you. If you want to follow me on social media, all of my links are down below, as well as my Patreon where you can support me and my channel, and my art shop where you can buy earrings that I made, such as these. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!